Okay, hello, this is day 2. Apologies if the filming angle or the lighting or the audio is whack. But anyways, I'm just going to get straight to the point here. I feel a very important need to cover the risks of doing something like this and the dangers that come along with it. There's a lot of positives, but today I feel like I really missed out yesterday on covering some really important things that I should have covered. So also, I apologize there. I feel irresponsible for doing something like this and not talking about it at all. So anyways, with cold plunges, and anytime you subject your body to the cold, but more specifically with water, there are 4 risks that you need to be aware of, as I understand it right now. So if anybody happens to be watching that is more educated than me on this, or catches something I missed, or catches a mistake I made, or something like that, please let me know. I need and would like to be fully as well educated on this kind of stuff as I'd like to be, and I think everybody should be. But anyways, the 4 main risks of doing stuff like this, specifically a cold plunge like what I'm doing. The first and maybe most important risk and danger is your body's response to being submerged in cold water, which is a gasp of air if the water's less than 15 degrees Celsius, which I'm just going to guess is maybe around below 50 or 60 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know. Point is, if it's cold fucking water, your body's going to gasp for air. And if you aren't expecting to be in the water, if you fall in or if you jump in and you're not ready for it, the biggest danger comes from the biggest danger comes from your panicked breathing, your lack of control during your breathing, your hyperventilating. This is a big danger because also, as I understand it, it's the biggest cause of death, is drowning. So when you are in a situation where you're in water and you're panicking and your breathing isn't under control and you're gasping for air, it only takes, I think, around half a liter of water to enter your lungs to be enough to drown you. And the average gasp of air is around 2 liters. So if you are panicked and you don't have control of your breathing, and if you're in a situation where you can't control water not going in your mouth or your lungs, it only takes 1 gasp to drown. And this is the most common cause of injury and death, because when your body goes into cold water, you gasp. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sitting in the snow because I'm trying to acclimate my body to the cold, as opposed to just jumping in it after getting out of my warm car up there. The other thing that this does for me is I can be mindful of my heart rate, because the second risk is a risk of a heart attack. Again, my understanding of it is when your body is subjected to cold, your blood vessels shrink and your heart rate increases, especially if you're panicked. And this combination of things leads to a higher blood pressure, which, no matter your age, no matter your health, puts you at a risk for a heart attack. So basically, top 2 things: have control of your breathing, be mindful of your breathing, and have as much control of your heart rate, and be as mindful as you can be about your heart rate and blood pressure, because those 2 things put you at risk for getting really fucked up by water. So please be careful. The third and the fourth are also important, but first two I covered are more so. And while I explain these, I'm going to kind of get more acclimated to the cold. Okay. I don't know if you can... Let's see if we can... Oh. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to lay down in the snow a little bit. The third risk, I need to look into more, but it is the possibility for your muscles to fatigue or weaken or fail when subjected to the cold. I don't know if it's like I don't know specifically physiologically what happens, but it's the possibility for you to lose a certain percentage of your grip strength, your general strength in order to climb out, to stand up, to grab things, which again is really important if you're getting in cold water and you need to get out. So obviously another thing to be mindful of and aware of is, do I still have control of my body? Can I get out if I need to? And then the last risk, which obviously comes with any sort of cold, is the risk of hypothermia. However, and again, to my understanding, it is physically impossible for a human to die of hypothermia in water in less than 30 minutes. To my understanding, it's just thermodynamics. It's the mass of our body. It's how much heat that we have in our body. We cannot die due to hypothermia in under 30 minutes. So, first of all, I'm not trying to go anywhere near half an hour. I don't think anybody should. But anyways, yeah, just the fourth thing to be mindful of. So as I do this, I'm going to kind of go over them again as I'm getting in. And if anything feels off, I'm just going to call it. I'm going to get out and I'm going to be fine. Because being safe is always the best. And I also don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but I'll do my best. So again, first thing, top two things I need to be aware of is control of my breathing, keeping my airway away from the water so that I don't inhale any water, so that I don't breathe in any water. Obviously that would be bad. This is why I'm in very shallow water, right next to the shore. There's a rock behind me that's stopping me from going any further down. I'm in a really safe place. Secondly, after my breathing, I need to be mindful of my heart rate, as mindful as I can be. And then obviously if I feel like I'm losing strength, or if anything feels bad, I'm just going to call it, which I just said all of that. But anyway, you might be able to visually observe me trying to think about those things as I get in. So, something that I am going to need to do for now and every time ahead of this is also part of acclimating to the cold is getting in slowly. I'm not going to jump in, so I'm starting with my legs, and if everything feels okay and I don't feel like something's freaking me out, I'm just going to slowly get a little bit more submerged until I'm round up to my chest. And then from there, if I get there, I'm going to try and sit there for about 30 seconds and be mindful of everything and let my headspace clear and have a control of my breathing and everything. And yeah, that's really the goal. So right now I'm just getting my legs in. I'm a lot less panicked and shocked than I was last night. I think it's probably because I know what to expect now, because as of last night, it had been way longer. But this is my second night in a row, so now it's not as foreign. Anyways, we start to get a little deeper because it's feeling okay. very cold. Also, what time is it? Okay, hold on 1 second. Day 2. I'm gonna try and be mindful of all those things I was just talking about, but here we go. Time to go warm up. Okay, hello, we're back. We're in the warm car, the heat's on. I'm wiggling my toes, I'm wiggling my fingers. Got the shivers just like yesterday. But yeah, I think today went better than yesterday because I knew what I was expecting this time. A little bit more than last time. Actually, a lot more than last time. I might start filming on my drive home after I'm a little bit more thawed out and the shivering has calmed down, just as an update to what I'm feeling. Because right now, like, my feet are numb. I'm obviously shivering like crazy, and I feel really, really cold. And it's definitely uncomfortable. So, I guess maybe on the drive back, I might go over my personal experience of it. And then also as well, if anybody's watching this and happens to be more educated and catches something that I miss, or catches something that I'm wrong about, or catches something that I'm explaining in my personal experience that isn't good, again, let me know. Yeah, let everybody know, please. But until then, I'm just gonna thaw out and wiggle my toes and let the heat hit me and listen to some music while I warm up. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in a minute. Okay, hello. Time to drive. You can probably see I'm dry. I'm super warmed up now, so yeah, let's go home. Let's do our drive back. Do our little post-game interview, I guess. Okay, so updates on how I'm feeling. Feeling perfectly fine. My toes, my feet, my legs, my body, my arms, my hands, everything feels fine. Nothing got to the point where it was super concerning. I wasn't really scared at any point. So from the transition from sitting on the shore to going in the water is always the most intense part, because no matter how much I acclimate by laying in the snow and sitting outside in the cold air before I get in the water is very cold, and my body and mind are very opposed to being in something that cold because My mind and body are very opposed to being in something that cold because it is uncomfortable. It is very unpleasant. And that is honestly 90% of why I'm doing this. I maybe briefly mentioned that there are not only dangers, but there are also benefits and positive things to take away from doing cold plunges and ice baths and cold shock therapy if you do it safely, again. And I haven't looked into the benefits as much as I have the dangers and the risks. But the few benefits that I can think of, again, as of now, as of my current understanding, are it's good for your immune system, it's good for your circulation, it gives you some dopamine, and it gives you some mental toughness and some mental resilience. And there's, I think, a couple more, but those are, I guess, the four main ones. But anyways, it's really hard to get into water that's really cold. And that's mainly why I do it. I am really just trying to push myself. I'm trying to become stronger. And those benefits, those physical benefits are great. But what I'm after is just feeling stronger up here and being stronger mentally. Like I said yesterday, and especially today, I am so fucking overwhelmed by life right now. And I said it was ironic that maybe my attempted solution to being overwhelmed is by overwhelming myself with more work and more shit to do, like doing a cold plunge, like working out like I did last night, like stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm trying to do this to help myself by just being stronger, and that's something I've always chased, especially after some kind of epiphany I had in 2020. And that's not something I'll go to in depth right now because that's not really the point of this video. But the point is, the process of getting in cold water like that, that's the hardest part. And that's why I do it. While I was in the water, I was being very analytical and very observant of how I felt mentally, so that I wasn't going to freak out and have a heart attack, but also physically, to make sure I still had the ability to get out if I needed to, and that my breathing was all good, everything was all good. I was really trying to be aware of how I felt, and it was cold. It was really cold because it's really cold water. But getting out was maybe the second hardest part, just because it's the shock kind of wearing off, but also in the wearing off of the shock makes it, I guess, brings about your awareness of how uncomfortable you are, because it's coming to an end. It's like, all right, getting out of this water, holy shit, okay, I'm really cold, time to go get warm, oh my god, I'm really cold, I can't wait to be warm. But that was fine. The thawing out was hard also, was also uncomfortable. The tingling and hints of pain that come from your body going from being really, really cold to warming up can be painful, but today wasn't that bad. And today just was an average, okay, my body's becoming warm again feeling. I have gone on hikes where I was scared that I was getting frostbite because the cold sensation I was feeling started to feel like burning, and that's not good. And that wasn't something I at all felt in the water today or yesterday, and if that's something I start to feel at all, that is dangerous and that's not good. But again, that wasn't something I have felt during this cold plunge series or today. So that was good. No burning sensation, no worries of frostbite or hypothermia or any frost injuries. And yeah, I'm all good now. So now I'm just gonna finish editing this. That's what I've been doing for the past half hour actually. While I was warming up, I was just editing the beginning of this video. So now I'm just gonna go edit the rest of it and go back to that life of mine that's so overwhelming, and I'm just gonna face it and do what I can and be happy and yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this. If anything, if the dopamine thing is real, I feel like I'm feeling it, because I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, so that's probably it for today. I don't know how long these are going to be on average. This might be abnormally long. I just felt the need to talk and maybe ramble a little bit about the things I think are important, but just stay safe. I'm going to stay safe, not going to try. And yeah, I'm really just trying to push myself, trying to get stronger, trying to be happier, but most importantly, just stay safe. So same goes for all of you, whoever watches these. That's about it. So yeah, until next time,